What's good?
It's your boy,
And
Blizzy AB, man.
we got a little reaction video for y'all today, man. We got the King Von, King Von, rest in peace to that man, bro.
Peace, King Von.
Yeah, man. We since he died, man, a lot of news been coming out about this dude, bro.
Yeah, a lot, man.
This dude was he was a savage.
Yeah, he was about that. He was about that life.
Savage. So we about to watch this video and see what's going on. It's titled "New Court Exposes King Von's very disturbing gang history."
Yeah.
Let's see what it's about.
Experience is doing nothing. I ain't. Word.
What's good, Rizzle fam? The Chicago Police Department released some very important news about King Von that immediately shook the entire rap world. Believe it or not, there's new evidence now that exposes King Von's alarming gang history. After everything that went down during his time, King Von now has 3 bodies to his name. According to the police. However, the number might even be higher as the investigation continues. So a leaked report from the Chicago Police Department somehow made its way to the internet. This report was of a lot of interest to all the rap fans out there as it gave out some new info about King Von that a lot of people already suspected, but now it's pretty much official. The report says that King Von is the one who fatally shot and Modell McCambry back in 2012. Modell was a teenager who was tied to the Gangster Disciples, one of the deadliest gangs in Chicago, otherwise known as the GDs. If you're familiar with King Von and his past, you know that this new info now changes the official story from who took out the GD teenager in 2012. You see, before this report, it was believed that Von's best friend T-Roy was the one behind the passing away of Modell, even though both T-Roy and Von were present when the hit took place. T-Roy was initially listed as the one who killed McCambry, who was only 17 years old. It's assumed that Modell wasn't the only victim. Allegedly, another teen was hit that day, a guy by the name of Miles. Miles got hit because he ran over to help out Modell. Being a witness, Von and his accomplice didn't want to take any chances, and they fired at him too. Luckily for him, he survived. He was in a coma for weeks. And
so, wait, somebody got shot, and then his homeboy or whoever went to go help him get up, and they didn't want no witnesses, so they just shot him too.
Oh man, that's
incident that he survived turned him into a paraplegic, and he's now in a wheelchair. A lot of people didn't agree with what the report said. According to the report, King Von was
he's in a wheelchair.
I had to make sure.
5'2" and generally believed that Von was around 5'9". That means that the murder was put on Von's name probably by mistake, and that the original story was right. People noticed it right away. Von's not 5'2". They're just blaming him for everyone knows T-Roy was very short. He's only possible to be 5'2". Definitely meant T-Roy because Von is not 5'2". With this new report, if it is true, King Von now officially has 3 bodies to his name. Modell McCambry in 2012, Yakira Barnes or K.I. in 2014, Malcolm Stuckey also in 2014. Let's say some more on the K.I. hit. K.I. was a stone cold chick. In the streets of Chicago, she had the rep of a ruthless killer, even though she was only 17 years. The police reports of that incident say that K.I. was hit 9 times by someone who had a hoodie on, and this was back in April of 2014. K.I. was rolling with St. Lawrence Boys, STL, that were later famously called Tukaville after the death of Tuka. There was bad blood between K.I. and King Von since Von was known to be a member of the O Block. The two of them being from rival hoods, things got pretty ugly quickly. Before the alleged hit by King Von, K.I. and Von were going back and forth on Twitter. They were calling each other out to see who'd crack first. It was only a matter of time before one of the two would pick up a burner and settle the score. K.I. died from a fatal wound to the neck. Von was arrested as a suspect on July 22, 2014, and was charged the following day. He didn't stay in prison long, though. He was released after a period of time because the police were unable to provide sufficient proof in court. Because strong evidence was lacking, Von couldn't be convicted. He was released, and that was the end of it. Now, who was Malcolm Stuckey? Malcolm was a 19-year-old college student who found himself at the wrong place at the wrong time. He died as an innocent bystander after he was caught in a fire between 2 rival gangs. Malcolm was on his way to meet up with a friend who was hosting a party. He and 2 friends were sitting on a porch when they were about to have dinner. That's when he was struck by a number of bullets that were meant for someone else. Sadly, the wounds were fatal, and he didn't survive. Von wasn't the only one who was firing that day. Next to Von, the police also charged the 23-year-old dude by the name of Michael Wade with the same crimes. He was sentenced to 28 years in prison. He was asked to cooperate with the police for a reduced sentence, but he didn't snitch. Von even referenced Wade in one of his songs later because of it. In The Code, he rhymes, "My homie lost trial, he'll be gone for a while. If you give me up, then he letting him go. He won't be back on the streets till he old. Everyone that he loves, they gon' gonna be gone. I know some dude that's quick to give the police a tip, but my dude, he never folded. This tragedy could have been easily avoided. See, Vaughn and Wade attended the birthday party before the incident. However, they left when they saw someone from a rival gang. 1 hour later, they pulled up to the same place again and started firing shots. They just couldn't chill. The fact that Vaughn's name shows up with so many cases raised quite a few alarms. He was very well known to the police and was what you would call a usual suspect. It was very...
See, that's the thing. Like, some of these rappers, like, you know, it's entertainment.
Yeah.
They don't live what they rapping
A
about.
lot of these rappers, some of these rappers actually living what they rapping about.
King Von was living what he rapping about.
That's why you gotta respect King Von, because he actually one of them rappers that actually rapping about.
He one of the ones.
Yeah.
But one of the ones.
To throw dirt on him, since anything they could possibly come up with would probably stick if they tried hard enough. His image in the media was not good. Vaughn and T-Roy both passed, but that might be the exact reason why the Chicago PD is coming up with this evidence right now and not some other time. See, the Chicago PD has a history of ascribing murders to dead gang members, since that way the case of who got who solves itself. If both parties were gang members, then they don't have to worry about who actually did it. What matters is they connected two dead people and closed the case. But what is the whole truth? Well, it's pretty difficult to say anything with certainty. Vaughn's name's been dragged around so much that he's even been portrayed as a demon. It's hard to tell what is truth and what is fiction, with so much misinformation being tossed around. Some argue that there are other reasons that this info from the cops came in so late. Think of things such as witness intimidation. Some people are afraid to testify if they know that might cost them their life. Witnesses are much more likely to come forward when the killer is already dead. That's part of the reason murders like this are solved late. Another reason why it's difficult to say what's real and what isn't is Vaughn's very own music. The image that Vaughn paints himself makes him hella suspicious like all the time. If you listen to his music, he always brags about how many lives he took and how his ops are dropping dead. It's drill music, and that's what it's all about. The very first song I heard from Vaughn, him saying how he caught a body and beat a body and caught some more. Everyone believed him, and now the police are corroborating his story. Y'all want to say they're lying. Man, come on, man. Y'all believe he had those bodies when he himself said it, but when the police agree with him, it's lies? It's unclear whether or not Vaughn has 3 or perhaps even more bodies to his name. Some people on Reddit argue that it may even be more, way more. The sad part is that not only Vaughn, but other gang members from Chirac like to brag about catching bodies. Sometimes it's even a competition between who will catch more bodies. Remember the old Twitter beef between Wooski and King Von? The one they called each other out on who had more hits? They talked about all this stuff out there for the public to see. Now that the cops are starting to dig into all the details, we might see the Vaughn picture change even further. If reports like this keep coming up, the number of bodies that Vaughn actually had might even be higher. In any case, the police are coming in on these cases quite late, and it's an open question whether or not the answers will provide some sort of relief to the grieving family members. Only time will tell, but what do y'all think about this new report coming in? Is King Von really responsible for the death of Modell McCambry, or was it T-Roy? What are y'all thoughts about King Von in general? Lastly, do you think we'll get any new reports like this one? Let us know what you think all about it in the comments section below. Also, if you...
That's crazy.
See, man, boy, King Von, like I said, a lot of people, a lot of rappers, they rap it.
Yeah, a lot actually live it.
Now, boy, King Von, he'll rap it and he'll do it.
Yeah.
Any King Von song I listen to, I know it's facts.
Yeah.
I know it's facts. But appreciate y'all coming through, man.
Appreciate for y'all watching, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man.
Leave likes, comments. We're new to this, but true to this. We'll see you next time. Peace.